After I moved from Chicago to Northwest Arkansas a couple years ago, I have thought about this quite a bit, but today we're discussing what Northwest Arkansas can not only teach Chicago, New York, Florida, Phoenix, Boise, LA, whatever the case is, the world. What can Northwest Arkansas teach us as people that you don't often see across the world, honestly? So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good, burn it all down state of Illinois, also known as Chicago. The worst. Anyways, I was looking to move to the best place to live in America. I was looking at Huntsville, I was looking at Chattanooga, I was looking at Boise, Salt Lake City, Colorado, all the places you're probably looking at right now to move to, but I chose right here in Northwest Arkansas. By far the best place to live in America. By far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, let's meet for coffee, text me, we can talk on the phone. Whatever the case is, let's talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, period. And if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's in Fayetteville? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? All the burning questions you have about Northwest Arkansas, boop, 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 package shipped right to your home. Literally right to your home. Enter your name below, enter your address below. I'll make sure you get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. And the first thing we need to talk about that Northwest Arkansas can teach the world, and this is probably the biggest thing that they're doing so well here in Northwest Arkansas, is the fact that you can truly live, work, and play all in NWA. Now you can forget that last part, but you can truly live, work, and play here. And what is fascinating is the fact that when you go to these other places in America, they seem to have some but lack others. You go to San Fran, which San Fran's its own thing. You can, spend a lot of time outdoors, great weather, but you can't be outdoors in the city for very long, or you can't afford it. You go over to Boise, very expensive over in Boise, great outdoor section, but horribly cold. Now you can go to Phoenix, incredibly hot, housing there out of control. When you go over to Salt Lake City, very mountainous, very pretty. Spent a lot outdoors outside, but its housing has gotten very expensive there. You get the picture. You go over to Tennessee. There's not a lot of very gorgeous. You can be outdoors there quite a bit, but you can't really have jobs. There's not a lot of jobs over in Tennessee, Kentucky area. Same thing with Huntsville, Alabama. That is probably the closest thing that I've seen when it comes to live, work, and play. But Northwest Arkansas really fits the bill for all these things. Now, what is teaching essentially is, you've heard, if you've watched my channel, you know the spiel. I don't need to tell you that. But the interesting thing is that these cities that are developing that you can't have all this in a bag of chips. You can be, you can develop all these things for your people, for your communities around the area. A lot of times they bank on certain things, but you don't have to do that. What is really lacking a lot of times, and this is more in me inferring, looking from the outside in, is just, honestly, I don't want to say politics or anything, but people have the same goals here in the area. They truly want to continue to make this the best place to live in America. And so people that live here, have their families here, have their communities here, that have moved here, they moved here intentionally to be part of the community. And so when you have those people here that want to grow this community even better, the policies, the things, the referendums, the taxes, the trail system, whatever the case is when it comes to shaping and forming a community, they're all geared towards the same thing. I can't say that for every other community in America because you can see the outcome of a lot of things. It's evident. So one thing that Northwest Arkansas can teach people is that you can have all that in a bag of chips. You truly can live. You can have a great job. You can live outdoors. You can all year long. You can work, have a good job, and you can play outdoors. You can do all those different things within community, with work and outdoor stuff, all in Northwest Arkansas. And you cannot say that for other places of America. And the second thing that Northwest Arkansas can teach the world is that growth isn't bad. Now, you can look at other states that have suffered from growth and have not managed growth well, But here in the area in Northwest Arkansas, growth is not a bad thing. We actually grow quite well at I would consider a good pace. We obviously bring in a lot of people from Texas, from Colorado, from Arizona, from California, from Florida, from Illinois, from a lot of places, from a lot of people from a lot of places. But we have very good controlled growth, and the people that are helping along this process, people that are elected or either salary people within policies or politics or government or cities, are managing the growth quite well. Now, obviously in other places, you can't say the same thing, but with us, at least in Northwest Arkansas, is that we can teach people and teach the world that growth isn't bad. Just because things grow, you either, obviously, the one thing is that either you're shrinking or you're growing. There's very few, you can't really oftentimes be in the middle. Or because you're probably going to be shrinking at that point. So it's good to actually have growth, and growth isn't bad. So it's one of the things where sometimes you have people here that have been here for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. They see the growth. Some people like it, some people dislike it. But one thing is crystal clear is that the amenities and lifestyle that have been brought to the area, which have been both very good, whether it's art or culture or trail systems or more outdoor spaces or more things just to do in general, and even more spaces of like to be more privatized in the sense like you can away farther, is that the fact is that it's all done. It's just better. Life is just better overall here. You know, it's one of those things when I say growth isn't bad, is that there are places in America that growth is bad because they don't manage growth well, or there's other hands in pockets and too many policies going on that make growth terrible. But here, at least in Northwest Arkansas, is that you truly can grow and grow well and benefit the whole community. And before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move to the area and using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications? Way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. It's called Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below: name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Let me know with all the information below, and make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just kind of talking about all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What businesses are moving here? What's going on in downtown Rogers? What's going on over at the amphitheater? What's going on with the Razorbacks? What's going on over in Bella Vista? So many things all the time. All the time. Enter your email below. I'll make sure you get that email every single Friday, but something to be aware of, something to be cautious of. You will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person at Benchy when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. The last thing we need to cover when it comes to Northwest Arkansas and what it can teach the world is the fact that starting new can change you. Now, there's this old premise that just because you move places doesn't mean you're going to be the same person both there and there, which relatively, I get that. I understand the concept. But there is a major part of it that when you move to a new area with new friends, new communities, new things, you can start new. You can become not a new person essentially, but new things. And what I mean by that is that a lot of times people moving to Northwest Arkansas when it comes to careers can alter their career choices here in this area because it's very innovative. It's very entrepreneurship. You might have started in the retail space, but you might be into the actual commerce space or the e-commerce or potentially even to a trucking space. You can cross those lines very easily here because the big companies here and mid-sized companies allow those things to happen. Now, beyond jobs and beyond all those different things, when you start putting yourself in positions with new people, new communities, things that you've never been around before, maybe you've always wanted to be outdoors more, but you've never had the opportunity because it's always cold or it's too congested or there's no trail systems, you will change as a person when you come here because you have all your friends that you meet here will be on the trails. You'll be like, hey, let's hit the trails. Let's hit the rivers. Let's hit the lakes. Let's go on Beaver Lake today. Let's hit the river this week. Let's go over to the new water park across the state line of Oklahoma and start practicing white waters. Let's go rock climbing. Let's spend some time walking the Razorback Greenway outdoors. When you introduce those different factors that you never had before, you are guaranteed to change. And so that is the unique thing about this area that is special, is the fact that the groups that you will be part of will almost force change because it's going to be a new factor that you probably never have done before. Whether it's jobs or living or outdoor space, whatever the case is, those factors will change you. And so I'm a big believer is that when you move to places like Northwest Arkansas, and this area specifically because I know it to be true, is that starting new in this area can change you. So if that's something you're interested in, then this is definitely the place for you. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itineraries linked below. Maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. There's a 3-day itinerary linked down below for you. So go ahead and download it and use it to get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you a $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.